Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Pop Culture Asylum. I'm your host, Gabriel. I hope everyone had a great day today. I did. I definitely did. And I hope everyone who is watching this video is also having a great day as well. And as you can see, I don't have any energy right now. Usually, I do when it comes to these videos. But I'm not. I I lack in energy. Why? Because I am bored. I was bored out of my bloody skull watching Survivor Series 2021. I don't know what to say. This was without a doubt the most boring pay-per-view I have ever seen in a long time. The most boring pay-per-view I have ever seen. But just beforehand, let's first talk about the build, right? This is Survivor Series. I remember at one point in time, Survivor Series used to be my second favorite and most anticipated pay-per-view behind the Royal Rumble. I fucking love Survivor Series. Okay, Survivor Series is used to be one of my favorite pay-per-views of all times. The amazing matches, the dream teams, the high stakes, everything was absolutely perfect. And it used to be one of my favorites. Not only that, but Survivor Series had a legacy behind it, and big legacy. Think of all the wrestlers that debuted at Survivor Series. People like Sting, people like The Rock, people like The Undertaker, all debuted at Survivor Series. The Montreal Screwjob, which is one of the most controversial wrestling things that ever happened in professional wrestling. A controversy so big that even non-wrestling fans even know about it. Okay? The Montreal Screwjob happened at Survivor Series. Not to mention all the incredible matches. Some of my favorite matches in professional wrestling happened at this very event. Okay, the Deadly Games tournament, the first, the Elimination Chamber match debuted at Survivor Series. Survivor Series had a big legacy. And you would think that with Survivor Series being a big for pay-per-view and Survivor Series having this big legacy behind it, you would think that WWE would put in effort into making Survivor Series a great show. Nope. Absolutely not. A matter of fact, WWE has gave us one of the worst. No, they gave us the worst build in Survivor Series history and one of the worst builds I have ever seen in a pay-per-view for professional wrestling. Not just in professional wrestling, but in pop culture as a whole. Okay, there was no build-up whatsoever. The teams were everything is a convoluted mess. There's barely any build-up. The teams were announced on Twitter instead of doing any qualifying matches. And to make things worse, the teams that they announced on Twitter, they started taking some of the people that were announced on Twitter out of the matchup and did qualifying matches to put them in the match to replace the people that got replaced. Why couldn't you just do qualifying matches in the first place? Why couldn't you just do that? Tell me, honestly. It's fucking stupid. And there is no build-up whatsoever. this, like, going into this pay-per-view, it was the most unhyped pay-per-view I have ever seen. Like, I have never seen a pay-per-view from all my time being a professional wrestling fan. I have never seen a pay-per-view that so unhyped. Like 99% of people were not excited to see this not excited to see this show. Even die-hard WWE fans were not excited to see this show. That should speak volumes. But it's the day of, and I'm not gonna lie, I was contemplating not watching this show because, again, they gave us a horrible build or a lack of build. There's no build for this show. So what was the fucking point of watching it? But there was nothing to do. I was completely bored. So I figured, why not try it out? Like they, at the end of the day, they do have good matches, like Nakamura versus Damian Priest, Charlotte Flair versus Becky Lynch, RK Bro versus the Usos, Roman Reigns versus Big E. Yes, the build-up is shit. Okay. Oh, and one other thing. There was no stakes whatsoever. No stakes whatsoever. So it didn't matter which brand won the matchup. It doesn't fucking matter because there are no stakes behind it. No stakes at all. Okay, making Survivor Series even more pointless to watch. But I figure, hey, I'm bored out of my mind, and we do have some great matches set up, so I figure, why not give Survivor Series a chance? And holy shit, this show was so fucking boring. It was so boring. Oh my God. Like, Full Gear, right? Full Gear. Every single match was so, for the most part, so perfectly built up that it was hard trying to get a bathroom break or try to quickly get a snap because you didn't want to miss a matchup or an entrance because everything was so perfectly built up. Survivor Series, bro, I took a shit during a battle royal. Like, I went to get a couple of snacks and a drink of water, okay, while the entrances were happening. Okay, because I did not care about these matches at all. With some of these matches, I was even on my phone as Survivor Series was playing in the background. That's how bored I was. Okay, and clearly I'm not the only one because the crowd in Brooklyn, New York was also bored as fuck. They were bored as fuck, bro. Bored as hell. Okay, like the crowd was dead for 90% of the show. The only time that the crowd was really excited for was Charlotte Flair versus Becky Lynch, which by the way was only one of the two matches that was actually incredible on this show. Like, I do recommend, if there was any match you should go out of your way to watch, it's Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair. I thought it was an incredible matchup. And the final few minutes of Roman Reigns versus Big E. Okay, and Roman Reigns versus Big E was also an incredible matchup as well. But everything in between was just so fucking boring. Like, the matches were good. They were good for what it was. Like, Roman Reigns versus Big E and Charlotte Flair versus Becky Lynch was a pay-per-view worthy, were matches worthy of pay-per-views. Everything else, it just felt so lifeless. It felt so fucking boring. So boring, man. Like, honestly. And there were so many questionable decisions made on this show. So many questionable decisions. Like, first of all, like, first of all, they had Shinsuke Nakamura and Damian Priest fight on the pre-show, but they had a battle royal, which was the worst match on the fucking show. Like, it was so fucking cringeworthy to watch. And then after that, they had a fucking food fight because there was pizza scattered all over the ring, over ringside, because apparently the Battle Royal was sponsored by Pizza Hut and it was supposed to be like a tribute matchup to The Rock. Well, this matchup did a terrible job at both. And it was very disrespectful to both The Rock and Pizza Hut. That matchup was a fucking shit show. What the fuck, man? But yeah, they put that on the main show, and they put Damian Priest versus Shinsuke Nakamura on the pre-show. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you serious? So, like, them replacing, like, for them to demote Nakamura and Priest to the pre-show and putting the Battle Royal on the main show is just very disrespectful. Not just to two talented wrestlers, to Shinsuke Nakamura and Damian Priest, but it's also disrespectful of both the mid-card championship, both the United States and Intercontinental Championships. They disrespected the legacies of the United States and Intercontinental Championship. There was absolutely no fucking reason for that matchup to be on the pre-show. And the fact that it was, and it was replaced by a horrendous Battle Royal, is unfucking acceptable. That's first question. That's the first thing that was fucked up. And then other questionable bookings is that, first of all, they had Shinsuke Nakamura and Damian Priest and a disqualification. It was a great match, but it was ruined by a disqualification because, you know, WWE has a fucking fetish for disqualifications. Okay? And another thing is that during these traditional 5-on-5 Survivor Series matches, literally no one got over in this matchup. Literally no one. Okay? First of all, with the men's match, which I thought was the better traditional 5-on-5 match with the men and the women. I thought the men's match was better. Jeff Hardy and Seth Rollins were literally in the final two, right? And, like, of course, in my mind, Jeff Hardy needs this win more than Seth Rollins because Jeff Hardy is the sole survivor. And, of course, Seth Rollins doesn't need to be the sole survivor because he's already number one contender for the WWE Championship against Big E Langston. Obviously, this matchup didn't have any stakes to begin with, but Jeff Hardy needs more of a rub. Jeff Hardy needed this win more than Seth Rollins. Okay, because if Jeff Hardy ends up winning and becoming a sole survivor, you know, like, not only does he end up being a sole survivor, but that could set up Jeff Hardy in a program with Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship for at least day one or setting it up for the Royal Rumble. Okay, long-term booking. But did WWE do that? No. Instead, they gave the win to Seth Rollins, a man who didn't need the win at all. What the fuck? And another thing that was questionable, the fucking women's matchup. Nobody got over in that women's matchup. I guess you can argue Bianca Belair, but she already got the rub. She's already one of the biggest stars in the company. And Bianca Belair was the sole survivor of that matchup. But again, she's already one of the faces of the company. Okay, she already got the rub. Okay, honestly, Liv Morgan should have been the sole survivor, or Shotzi Blackheart, or Toni Storm, to at least elevate those ladies. Because another thing that Survivor Series does well is to really elevate new stars into the fold. Like, Survivor Series does a great job elevating talent. Okay? And trust me, WWE, like, with the roster is fucking weak right now. Okay? And Survivor Series could have been the time and place to really elevate some wrestlers. Like, they could have had the opportunity to elevate Jeff Hardy, Shotzi Blackheart, Toni Storm, Liv Morgan, but did they do any of that? Absolutely not. What the fuck? Like, the matchups are already pointless as it is. Okay? And at least you can do is to at least elevate one star who absolutely needs it. But literally no one got over in these matches. Absolutely no one. And the worst thing about this show, other than the Battle Royal, is that there was a storyline involving Vince McMahon and his golden egg. That was the big storyline of the entire show. Vince McMahon and his golden egg. And apparently during the show, somebody stole his golden egg. And first of all, this storyline is already fucking stupid enough as it is. Okay? And apparently, they're going to continue it on Raw on Monday and SmackDown on Tuesday. And they're even, and this is, and here's the, because they're bringing SmackDown stars to Monday Night Raw tomorrow because Vince McMahon has suspicion that somebody sold like the golden egg. So he wants everybody to be there at Monday Night Raw tomorrow to figure it out. What? Who books this shit? Honest to God. Who finds this shit entertaining? Oh my God, bro. Vince McMahon and his golden fucking egg. They put more effort into that than anything they did in the Survivor Series pay-per-view tonight. And the fans live were not just very dead, but at one point they were so bored that they were doing the fucking wave. And some people were even chanting CM Punk chants. And I didn't see it, but I also heard reports on Twitter that they were even throwing beach balls because they were so fucking bored. Okay? It's already bad enough that you did a horrible job hyping up this show. The least you can do is at least book a good show, but WWE didn't even do that. 90% of the matches were boring outside of Charlotte Flair versus Becky Lynch and Roman Reigns versus Big E Langston. Those are literally the only two matches that I care about because they were both great matches. They really were. Both of them were definitely incredible, and they were so good that they're in my match of the year contendership. But those are just two matches. Okay, two matches was not going to save this show. Most of the matches, like, they were good, but they were just so fucking boring. It was just so fucking lifeless. It goes to show, what's the point of these matches? Like, literally, for some of these matches, like, I let Survivor Series play in the fucking background because it was just so boring to watch. Just, what's the fucking point? Like, I don't even want to go into it detail by detail. Usually, I have my notes. I usually type notes of pay-per-views on this phone. On my phone. But I did not do it. I honestly did not do it. Since WWE did not give us the effort to give us a good show, then I'm not going to give any effort into this review because they don't fucking deserve it. But yeah, this is unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable. If this show doesn't prove for you guys that still think that WWE is the greatest product in the world, and for the people that still think that Vince McMahon is a fucking genius, and for the people that still suck WWE's cock, okay, if this show tonight and the build up and this show as a whole, if this doesn't prove to you that the creative team and the creative direction and the product as a whole, if this doesn't prove that the creative team is in shambles and that the WWE product is at the worst state that it has been, then you are probably some of the most naive people I have ever seen in my fucking life. If you want to enjoy it, fine. You enjoy what you enjoy. Okay, if you want to continue sucking WWE's cock, then do so. But me, I want this product to be better. I really do. But it's shows like tonight. It's shows like tonight that makes it extremely difficult. Extremely difficult. I don't know what to say. This is without a doubt the worst pay-per-view of 2021. It had the worst build. 90% of the matches were boring. Like, literally, only 2 matches were good from this show. I can only take away 2 things that were good. Like, I mean, the wrestling was okay, but even then, that was hit or miss. This entire show was a waste of time. And I don't even know why I even watched Survivor Series. Probably out of habit and hope. And usually, when it comes to WWE pay-per-view, usually they deliver, even if they have terrible hype around the pay-per-view. But they didn't even deliver on that tonight. This, as a fan of Survivor Series, as a person who used to be a fan of Survivor Series, this just breaks my heart. This really does. Like, those are my thoughts. I want to know what you guys think in the comment section. Hold on. Oh, it looks like my internet was acting a bit weird. Are we good? Yeah, it looks like we were good. Hopefully everything's good on the other end. But yeah, this is absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And again, as a man who used to be a fan of Survivor Series, this absolutely breaks my heart. The state that the fact, the way WWE treated Survivor Series this year, it's just unacceptable. It's unacceptable. So fucking lazy, bro. So fucking lazy. But what can we do? We can only give WWE shit. We can only give WWE criticism for so long. But does any changes happen? No. It doesn't matter how much shit we give them. It doesn't matter how much criticism they give us. They never listen. And they keep giving us the worst product possible. They don't even fucking try anymore because they're so fucking lazy. That's all I gotta say. Let me know what you guys think about Survivor Series. What do you guys think about it? Did you guys agree with me and think that this is the worst pay-per-view of 2021 and one of the worst Survivor Series of all time? Or do you disagree with me? I want to know what you guys think in the comment section. And again, try not to be dicks in the comment section. If you have a different opinion than me, then that's perfectly fine. As long as you don't be a dick with me, I won't be a dick with you. Okay? It's just, this show sucked. This show just fucking sucks, bro. But yeah, that's all I gotta say on that. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys like this video, make sure you leave a like, make sure you leave a comment. And if you guys want to oh my god, I can't even speak tonight. See, Survivor Series took so much energy out of me. Okay, I was so fucking bored. I'm so bored that I'm so bored literally talking about this show that I can't even fucking think. Oh my fucking god. But if you guys like this video, make sure you leave a like, make sure you leave a comment. And if you guys like the content that I make sure you subscribe and leave the notification bell so that way you don't miss any of my videos. And until next time, this is Gabriel, and I'll see you next time in the asylum. Have a nice night, everyone.